What's going on, family? We are here back for another episode of the FSM Prep Rally. As you can see, we got a full crowd today. I'm your host, Kleiny Lua.
I'm Hannah Sterkenia.
And I'm Bryson Dowdy.
This is week 1 of Las Vegas high school football. We are here at Centennial High School, where number 5 Bulldogs Centennial welcome in the number 1 Bishop Gorman Gaels. Guys, week 1, it's exciting.
Yep.
52-0. Hannah, what was your thoughts of this game?
Strong offensive performance. We got explosiveness coming out of the backfield. We got strong deep plays as well. But I feel like overall Centennial just had no response.
Bryce?
I think Centennial struggled just to move the ball on offense. A lot of times they just didn't have time to get the ball out. The quarterbacks were sitting there, and then 2 seconds later they were on the ground or the ball was in the hands of the defense, and the defense often found the end zone when that happened.
It was interesting because we knew Centennial, win, lose, or draw, is going to bring their lunch. They're going to say, hey, we're going to fight you all 4 quarters. But like you guys pointed out, they just didn't have enough firepower, and I felt like, I don't know if it was the game plan or just, hey, we were hoping this could happen and it just didn't. But it seemed like up front in the trenches, where the games are won, by the way, they just weren't able to hold up against Gorman's defensive front. When you look at Bishop Gorman and how they were able to apply the pressure, do you think that was more so Gorman is that much better, or Centennial might be lacking a little bit given some of the players they lost?
I believe that Centennial was lacking. I mean, in that first drive, Centennial had that stop, but we didn't see any more momentum coming them out of that. So I feel like Centennial had it in them, but they didn't display that afterwards.
Yeah.
Centennial seemed to struggle from the get-go. I mean, it was a slow start for both teams, but as soon as Gorman got a safety on them, Centennial had no response for the rest of the game. They switched quarterbacks at the end of the first half, going into the second half, and they couldn't get a spark there. They tried whatever they could, but Gorman's defense just kept it going.
Now, we know how good Bishop Gorman is, and we know how great these guys are. We're going to be back here again, but it's awesome to see them out here to start week 1. Las Vegas doing their thing out here as well. It's a new season. The FSM Prep Rally will be there. We cannot wait. Stay tuned now for scores and highlights. And we're back. We are now going to be talking with Bishop Gorman's head coach, Coach Browner. Coach, once again, another great turnout for your season opener. What's it like to start the season on the road this time?
Good. I mean, really respect this program. DJ's done a great job with these guys. Really hats off to him, one, for taking the game early like he did. And again, I have so much respect for this program, for him as a man, what he does with these boys. They were, we had a little bit of a rocky start to start with, but yes, I think, it's a good team we just played against. So you see, they can battle with anybody.
It's interesting that you said that, because we were talking beforehand saying Centennial is one of those schools that win, lose, or draw, they're going to bring their lunch. They're going to come to play. You guys obviously are a national powerhouse. How do you keep the kids, high school kids, focused year in and year out to come out? You guys don't have any down years. Yeah. I mean, it's one of those where it's like every year we know what to expect. How do you do that with high school kids?
We start early. We start in January, so you start that early. You've been grinding for so long that they're just itching to play a game. And I think it doesn't matter who it is. We treat everybody with the same respect, whether it's playing a local team or a national team. We don't just hype up the national games. Every game's important. We think it's important to play in the state. I think it's a big thing to have good football in this state. So that's a big part for us too, and we treat them as such. So we always say we respect everybody and you play your heart out for everybody, because it is a Super Bowl every time you play. Yeah. But it's for a Super Bowl for us too. Everybody, that way everyone says, "Oh, it's to me a Super Bowl." Yeah, it's our Super Bowl. Yeah. Every single game is important, so we got to show up every single game.
What's interesting, and we mentioned this after the game, you guys win big, 45-0. And yeah, you got your players out here doing gashers. And it's like, wait a minute, they just won 45-0. People often question, how does a great team, how do great athletes get to that level? It's things like that. To say, hey, despite this big win, it's the little things, it's the improvement. Talk about that and focusing on that to keep these kids in line and say, hey, don't look at the scoreboard, look at our performance and how we get better.
Yeah, and I think they understand, obviously, some of them came out a little bit early, so those guys got to understand, we're going to play a full game here in a minute. You got to be full game ready. So they did it on their own. You might have suggested it, but, it's kind of just a suggest, I'm just telling, and we tell them the truth, and they understand that piece, if you want to be successful, you got to put in the work.
Yes.
Right, you had to put in the work. You know, it was good, hot night. We played a lot of plays at first, but coming out at halftime, you know, obviously with the score it is, you're not going to leave your ones in if possible, right? Just with depth and things like that, but you still got to play.
You do.
You still got to get used to coming out of halftime. You still got to be, that's an overtime run right there. So
Yes.
those guys are going to be ready when we need it. And I think they understand that. It's a veteran group of kids that have been through a lot of wars, and they understand like being in shape is the biggest thing.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
so they get it.
Absolutely, because like you said, even when the next guy comes in, whether it's for a play, a series, or an injury, you gotta be ready to go. We're not going to slow down for you. Like you said a moment ago, you don't overlook local teams. You play a national schedule. You're playing the best of the best. Clearly, you're one of them as well. When you go out there and you look at your schedule, is there a game that stands out as, hey, that's the one right there we got to watch out for because it might sneak up on us because we're looking at the next week's game? Is there anything like that, or is it one week at a time?
Every game is important.
Gotcha.
Every game gets treated exactly the same amount of effort from every coach, same amount of effort from every kid. And again, I'm going to give the same speech when we play Centennial, when we play Mater Dei, right?
Mm-hmm.
Same exact thing, same exact week, same exact everything, because you don't want to create valleys. You don't want to make anything that's different. And it's about playing to a standard, right? That's the other big piece of why they play the way they do, because they want to hold a standard up from the guys that came before. We had Ryan Smith, he's a cop right now, actually played, geez Louise, he was on one of the national championship teams, right? He's a cop here for CCSD, so that's pretty cool to see.
It is
in uniform on the sideline, right?
Yeah.
But you know, that's another guy you look up to as a kid if you've watched anything before. You've seen him play, and now you want to, now you're looking at him in person. And now guess what? You want to hold that same standard, the same things that he did when he was here, right? So those are all just big pieces of the puzzle, right? And we're just lucky and blessed to have one alumni that come back and two kids that care about it and want to hold a standard for themselves, right? It's not easy to do it and do it every single day and get yelled at and do all the stuff, right?
It's not. I mean, the payoff is great,
right?
But the preparation for it's a grind. Now, I might have made a comment beforehand and said, hey, because you guys are so good, maybe y'all should play all your local teams on the road, give a big atmosphere. You guys got a little bit of advantage at home and whatnot. You guys should do that. Bishop Gorman, when they play a Las Vegas team on the road, make it a big event under the lights and whatnot. Just a suggestion. Just a suggestion.
Have you been to our place? It's a pretty big event there.
I've been to your place.
It's a pretty big event there.
But you guys got all the games there, though.
It's a cool deal. You know, it's a cool deal. You know what?
No, it is.
And if you look at it too, like this is a great atmosphere. I think DJ does a good job with this. And you know, that's another thing too, like it's a bucket list thing, like, hey, I played Bishop Gorman at Bishop Gorman. Right? It's one of the top high schools in the country. So, you know, that's also a big thing, you know, to play in that stadium. You know,
Absolutely.
It's a gift that we have it, and it's a blessing, but it's a big deal to play there.
No, it absolutely is. And trust me, even going in there, I'm not playing it all, thank God. Even I'm going in like, woo! Cool. Hey, you know, if you ever leave Bishop Gorman, my old high school in California could definitely use the coach out there to help out, just in case. But no, seriously, Coach Brandon, thank you so much. We're going to be seeing you guys again. But what's your message now? 1 week is done. You finally played another team that's not your own. No scrimmages, no practice. You got to get that out. What's the message going into the next week's game?
One, I think I want to make sure I thank my coaches, obviously the time they put in with these guys against this January. So I want to thank you guys. You guys have done a great job getting them ready, doing everything that's possible. Coach Canfield, Coach Cosgrove, Derek, I mean, I can name them, Benet, everybody that's done that piece. So I really want to give the hats out to those guys, because if they weren't here every single day doing what they do, we wouldn't be successful anyways. Not just me. I'm like the last piece of the whole puzzle, right? So all the stuff that they've done and you guys have done, I really appreciate it. And, you know, like I said, it's week by week. You know, the kids know the schedule. We know the run. We've been talking about it. And they just know, hey, next week, tomorrow we come in the morning, we get ready for next week.
Man.
They understand what's going to happen. We run, we lift, we do all the things we got to do, watch the film, watch that film, and then get ready to go.
Coach, awesome message. Thank you. You got me fired up, ready to go out there. You guys, this is Coach Browner for Bishop Gorman Gaels. Stay tuned as we'll be back with our player of the game.
What's up, y'all? We are here with our player of the game, Zyron Manor, sophomore wide receiver. Zyron, you had such a great game. We got a little gift for you. We got a little swag pack.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it.
No problem. So getting straight to it, you had a dominant offensive performance. You had 2 touchdowns, one for 60 yards, the other for 56. How do you maintain such explosiveness throughout the entire game?
You know, we train really hard during the off season. We make sure that we push ourselves to our limit, so in the game it's really easy for us. And I really like to thank our O-line for working hard. It's been a process to get this good, and we're going to get better from here.
For sure. And speaking offensively, you and your quarterback, you guys have such strong connection. How do you guys maintain that connection throughout the entire game?
So we play off-season together, we play 7-on-7 together. And then throughout the game, we just come to the sideline, share our thoughts, like what we see and what we should do, and just be on the same page always.
And speaking of offensive domination, y'all had that today. Y'all had no response from Centennial offensively or defensively. So it's only week 1, and you guys are basically playing like y'all mid-season already. So how do your coaches contribute to such a successful team and the confidence you guys have as an offense?
Like I said, they push us to our limits every day, and they make sure that we're the best people we could be. And
Yeah.
it's just a great environment to be around, because it's like during practice, we're not friends, but then off the field, we're friends. So it gets us better every day.
And last year, you guys made it to the championship and you guys were successful. Obviously, that's the goal this year. What's it gonna take for you guys to get there again?
We just gotta keep doing what we're doing, keep working hard, keep putting in that work. That's really all we could do.
Yeah.
Stay on the same page.
For sure.
Thank you.
No problem. Good job.
Thank you.
Check out the highlights from this game.
Everybody stand up if you ever had your back against the wall and had to fight back. It's on. My view from the top of the moon, I can see the whole world sitting in my hand, amazing view. We finna break the rules, and we gon' make them too. I can't fall asleep, I gotta stand tall, that's what a leader do. Follow me, I'm leading you. Hey, we finna turn up, crank up the heater here, they finna burn up. Turn on, I'm coming, I'm here, tell them they time up. I said it once, I'ma say it again, this will be my year. I ain't no from the floor, I know that I'm built to equip for what God want me to do. I'm number 1 at the 2, it don't know where I'ma lose. I hate to struggle, but it made me harder. I made it far, but I wanna go farther. This not for me, this for my son and my daughter, my family tree and that order. I'm the Trojan when I'm wearing a jacket. I was down, now I'm up, now I was up on the down, now I'm looking.
Well, guys, that's been another episode of the FSM Prep Rally. Week 1, week 2 is going to be underway, and we will be back on the field. Stay tuned for what we will announce the game of the week. I'm Kalani Lua.
I'm Hannah Sarkenia.
And I'm Bryson Dowdy.
Till next time, fans. Peace.